Good morning. It is me, Suzuki on Suzuki. So, I may wear these this morning. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning. It's probably around 45, 46 degrees, and it's a cool one. So, I don't know if I want to wear leathers. I'm just going to go mechanics glove. I really want to just go mechanics. I feel a little bit better on my hands, but, I guess I'm just going to have to feel it out. I'll take them both. We'll see what happens. I do know that my cut's going to be inside out. I'm going to wear it inside out because it is cooler this morning. You have to get permission. We'll talk about that later on. But in certain areas, you're allowed to do such. Certain places you can do such. Certain chapters you can. We'll get more into that later on. I'm glad that you guys are here. Glad that you could join me. I hope you enjoy the ride. Bear with me because I have noticed that my camera does a little lag.
What is up? So, I just want to touch a little bit. Part 2. This is going to be ongoing of this whole MC life, like club life. Is it for you? I mean, we already got into who you are, I guess. Time, dedication, where you put your time into. So after that, it really comes into what you're gonna do with it. How are you gonna use it? What are you gonna use it for? And you're like, what the fuck is this dude talking about, right? So what are we using? What are we gonna use? What does everybody use, no matter who you are? Everybody uses it. That confidence, the ego. Is it pure? You got some other shit going on? Like, what are you gonna use it for? Because once you're affiliated and you have that, you carry that with you everywhere you go. And you don't have to sit out here, and I'm not talking about, I'm flashing colors or out here saying that you're affiliated with a club and stuff, but because there's those people who blatantly do that, and those people are pretty weird. But like not pretty weird as in, you know what I mean. I'm gonna continue to talk because I'm gonna just break it down a little bit more. So your ego, your confidence, you could take that in a store. This dude that he was just in a bad breakup, didn't know where he was gonna go. All he had was his bike. He joined up a club. He was just moping around town. Now every time he walks into the gas station, chest high, shoulders back. He's walking. He's him again, What are they gonna? What are you gonna do with it? What are they gonna do with it? How is your image gonna be shown? What do you want to be shown? What image do you want to be shown, How do you want to portray yourself? Because you're really painting this picture. As you walk down that line, you're painting this picture. And you're building it as you go. Like you are physically, let's say you live in a town in Western Kansas or something, because I know they're a little bit more tight-knit. So, let's say you live in a town in Western Kansas and your town knows, he's a part of a club, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I heard they were doing this, they were doing that, blah, 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 and you know how that all goes. It just loophole, it starts to unfold and stuff like that. So then at that point, everybody already knows, and you can either choose to do something positive or you could do something negative, but that affects everybody around you, usually your family and your close friends. A lot of your club members it also affects because you're putting an image on your colors. You're putting an image on something that you're supposed to stand proud about. And you could either do with that whatever you want. You can either take with that in the structure and that foundation and everyone that you have behind you, and you can use that as like intimidation, or you could use that for good. Now those are the people and the discrepancies that really separate this world. In the writing world, there's a lot of people that are out here just to fake it. There's a lot of people that'll pretend like they're dedicated or give you half of their dedication. But at the end of the day, you feel and you see that you're not getting everything. Everybody else sees it also. So then you become just that person that's using that for that status instead of what it was there for. Like, you're supposed to build bonds, create trust, build rapport, you know. People in your town should be able to come up and talk to you, should be able to come up and see you, come up and say whatever. It should be neutral, you know. I'm that type of person. And a lot of people don't really understand that because I always look pissed off or I always look uncomfortable, which I am, because I mean, every day I deal with something, you know, and I'm never going to lose it. It's never leaving me. There's no cure, you know. It's not like an STD or nothing, but I'm not here to throw that out there, you know, and use that as an excuse, or because maybe later on I'll really break that down. I really get into it because I can, but I'm still within the first year of figuring this stuff out. Like, and my whole life I've dealt with it. High school I dealt with it. People always questioned and thought that I was pissed off or just didn't want to talk. And I mean, yes, that's somewhat true because I feel uncomfortable. But some mornings, some days I wake up, I don't feel like going out. I don't feel like doing stuff. And that's why I come to YouTube and I come to you guys and I strive and I really push to make these videos and keep trying to be consistent and push content, because it helps me a lot more than it helps you. And you're never going to understand that. Like, you're never going to see that. You guys think, oh, this dude's just out here making these videos, you know, he's eventually going to post some stuff where he's like running from the cops or riding, doing some crazy stuff, you know. And, you know, in the world of bikes, stuff like that does happen. You're in a group. Cops may pull up, you know, it happens, but everybody rides goofy, everybody rides crazy, everybody's fun. That's why I get out on my bike. But when I record it, it's something to look back on. I can physically look back on that and I can say, you know, I did that. Nobody else is out here really doing that. Nobody has the balls to just drop a video, and then even if it's a voiceover, it may look goofy, it may sound goofy, but nobody else is going to do that. Like, there's very few people that actually have the balls to do that. And I respected those people, so that's why I'm here doing it today. I may not have the proper equipment. I may not be able to do complete motor vlogs and stuff like that, but I'm going to do everything in my ability to continue this until I get that, because, I mean, I started it and I'm here to do it, you know? So that's that dedication. That's why I'm saying that whether or not you're in a club or not, it's seen everywhere with everything that you do, whether that's picking up your children on time from school or that's going to bed on time, you know, your family sees that. And those are really the people, that's where it starts. If your family sees you and they know who you are and you're a douchebag and you join a club and you actually get better, you loosen up, you're a little bit more chill, a little bit more talkative. Like, these dudes have really helped me. Some days I wake up, I just don't feel good. I don't feel good about myself, my situation, where I'm at, what I have. I feel like I'm not doing enough, you know. Just real depressed and just down. And it's bad. But medically, I can't do anything about it. I'm not here trying to say my stuff is worse than other people's, but it's pretty bad. So it is up there with a lot of people. So I understand where a lot of people come from when they're talking about they just don't feel like going out. They don't feel good. They don't feel like getting up, you know. I mean, I'm pushing myself to get up. It may be cold. It may be hot, you know. It just depends, but I'm still going to do it. And I'm still going to push with everything that I have, even if I really don't have anything. I may be running on 25%, you know. But I'm going to still give this, and I'm going to give everything that I try and do 100% of that 25%, because that's all, that may be all that I have. It may not look like a lot, but at least I know that I tried and I did everything that I could do, you know. So you either take that and you build on it, and your family's where it starts. If your family doesn't see improvement and you're just some fucking douchebag, you're just out here continuing, and your ego just gets bigger, but you're continuing to be an asshole to people and you just don't care. That's not something that people really enjoy. I mean, if you have always been an asshole, then it's understandable, but that's not something that people enjoy. Now, people will understand it because that's who you are. You haven't changed. Now, those people that were docile and they were quiet, and I'm not saying, oh, they got out of that and they're very talkative now, you know. They like to go out and stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. That's good. It helps a lot of people. But when those individuals are quiet and docile and they don't have anything to say because nothing that they say is either positive or uplifting or helps anyone or is encouraging, you know, then that would become a problem. That's a situation where your ego is getting the best of you. You're just out here thinking you're high and mighty because you're in the club. You know, nobody else in your small town or in your area is gonna fuck with you, you know, stuff like that. Now, even the situation where dude's been bullied all his life and he joins up with the club, he has every right to feel comfortable now. You know, if he went to the grocery store and people mean mugging him, people just don't like him just for no reason because he's a little bit off, he's a little bit weird, and joins a club, that's my brother. I don't care who you are. I don't care why you don't like him. That's my goofy nigga. I don't give a shit. So that's how it should be everywhere else. A brotherhood really helps you. It helps you get out. It helps you get more of that, you know, almost like that push, you know, that push to keep it going and get it started, because they really push you to get out. Hey, you got a mandatory meeting. Hey, you gotta get out, you know, blah, 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 it's gonna be a fine, stuff like that. Because they try and push you and make sure that you get out. Now, other stuff is understandable. You know, you can't make it because you have family stuff. You can't make it because your car broke down and your buddies already knew that your bike's been down for 2 weeks, you know. Your girl has to work that day. She won't be off in time. Understandable. All that stuff. You have to understand these people are still human beings. They understand that things come up. Life is life. But that's where I'm saying in the other video, and I'm sure I said a little bit, you have to put that time in. If you're not putting that time in, you're not putting that work in, you're not going out of your way to help your brother, when you need that help or when you need that time, nobody else is going to give two fucks why you need it. Because you weren't there doing what you needed to do when you had all the time in the world. So why should we give you this one day? But, I mean, it is what it is. Like, some people, they just can't change it. They can try, you can push, you can attempt to fake it, push this image, push this facade. But, like I said, eventually you're going to slip up and everyone's going to see it. There may be a time where, oh, you know, your club may be lenient. They don't care if you pull up late, you know, stuff like that. But when you go out of town or when you pull up to meet somewhere, they say on the dot and you don't pull up on the dot, your club may just not tolerate that because you guys are out in colors. And when they said you guys need to pull up all at the same time and actually look presentable, then you need to. You know, that would be, it's going to be situations like that where that's going to come out. So just look for that when you look at these individuals. Like, if you know somebody in a club, if you know somebody, I'm not saying tell them to get out, but I'm saying you better speak to them, tell them to weigh their options, you know. If you truthfully know that someone's faking it and they're lying and they're just straight up just out of it, you know, but they like the image, they like the thought of having that picture, the thought of being incorporated with something like that. Because there's so many, they could just ride with a riding club if they were interested in riding. They could just go get some buddies together. So I know that there's a lot more to it than just that. And personally, I'm not saying that like I did it, but I dealt with it because I'm one of those people that I don't like people telling me what to do. I like to do whatever the hell I want to do. And that's also a reason why I joined the club, because I knew that I needed that structure. It's not good for you. That's not good when you're trying to live your life and go out, because in the real world, there's going to be people that hold higher places than you, you know, at a job, or even just out in the government. Even in the club world, people hold higher places than you, like regardless of where you go. Even if you're full patch, you know, I'm a sergeant in arms. Well, you guys have national presidents and stuff like that. So that's really an odd area, I guess you should say. We could say, because I didn't really deal with it to the extent of other people, but I did deal with it because I like doing my own thing. I don't like being told what to do. But when I did it, it was really enlightening and opened my eyes. It showed me that a lot of these people, a lot of what you see isn't what you see, you know. These people sacrificed a lot more, not just their egos, but everything to be a part of something. That really shows the dedication. Like, you have to be a stronger person, mentally and physically, to drop everything that you knew. Unless you were brought up in the club world, but at the same time, those people are probably more docile than anything. Or they're just completely out there, because, you know, there's some people that can do that. But if you don't know the area, you're new to the area, who are you to go get drunk or go get super stoned, you know, and then come out and think that you're doing the right thing when you're not really retaining the information, you're not on your feet, you're not paying attention to what you need to pay attention to. Because it's not like some dudes out in school, you know, you're talking, you got beef. You have to be aware, because it could be you pull up to some gas station or an open event, and a club just don't like you and they don't want you there. So now whenever you guys go around a building or something, you're in a situation like that. But what you could have seen was the 2 members or 3 members that were scoping you guys out before, but since you weren't aware, you didn't pay attention to it, so you didn't notice it. Like, this isn't something to come into and think that you can just fucking go all out, because you have to earn that all out. If you don't earn the right to do whatever you want, you don't need to come in here speaking as if you did. You don't need to portray as if you did. Because there's those people that'll go back to their town after they do their club stuff. They'll be all high and mighty when they get to their town, but, you know, when they're at their club thing, they already know their spot. They don't step out of place. And I'm not saying don't ride with respect. I'm not saying don't ride with, your ego. Don't hold your colors higher. All right? Do all of those things. But I'm saying use your head. Hope to see you guys back. Like, comment, and subscribe. Deuces.